Hi guys, I'm Kees Cornelissen, also known as the Dutch Movie Guy, of course, here today with a review for Star Wars Rebels Season 4, Episode 9, Rebel Assault, mid-season finale. I apologize in advance for being late with this review. Well, look, I could say that I'm never late, nor is he early. I arrive precisely when I mean to, but that's not really true. I was just caught up with personal stuff this week and I couldn't make a review. I did watch the episode on Monday, but afterwards I just whatever, personal stuff, not interesting, not in this review. So the thing is, I watched this episode, the mid-season finale, Rebel Assault, and it was something. It was really something. In terms of a mid-season finale, I think this is the best way to have a mid-season finale because, yeah, a lot happened, actually. And there's a big cliffhanger, of course. They've been building this up for a while. Like, a couple of episodes ago, we went back to Lothal, and they're on Lothal still, and Hera comes in with the X-Wings, and there's a big space battle to begin with. That was a really cool opening, because that's what Rebels has been doing really well, space battles, and really cinematic, which is funny, actually, for an animated kids show on Disney XD to have an actual cinematic space battle that I would want to see on the big screen. I'm really impressed with that, and I loved it in this episode. And I also love the fact that the moment that Hera got shut down, and all the other pilots as well, but like Hera is really the one you're looking for at that point, it became more of a Black Hawk Down kind of thing, where she's crashed, she's unconscious, and she has to get out of there, and she has to team up with whoever's left. Really felt like Black Hawk Down. I was like, we got a red wing down, we got a red wing down, when that happened, when I saw that happen. And that was really something, like, what is going to happen next? And at one point, I actually realized, this may not end that well. And I was right about that. And I still am not really sure about the ending. That ending has me like, what's going to happen? I don't know. I mean, we do know that Hera will survive until Rogue One because she's General Syndulla, but yeah, I don't like to see my girl. Oh no, wait, that's not my girl. Someone else is my girl right now. But I still don't like to see Hera being hurt in any way. Just not a fan of that. No, I just kid. Like, it's a good cliffhanger. It really makes you want to have the next episode already, but we can because the next fucking episode is going to drop in like fucking January. Whatever. No, but I really like this episode because of the amazing space battle at the beginning, and also like everything on the ground on Lothal. That was interesting. I really only have one issue, one big issue. Why do the X-Wings get introduced like it's no big deal? X-Wings are probably the best fighter of the entire rebellion, and it's been a big thing throughout the original trilogy. Like, only a couple of X-Wings and Y-Wings could attack the Death Star. And the Y-Wings we already had the introduction to in Season 3. And I thought that introduction was handled well, because it's like, oh, we get some Y-Wings from there, and that's how you get Y-Wings, and you actually make it a point. But the X-Wings is like, oh, no, they're there, and they can just use it. It's like, I was really anticipating a moment that they would get introduced to us and not just like that. I had an issue with that. And if you go back to my previous reviews, whatnot, I think I'm pretty clear in the fact that I wanted some kind of an introduction as to why the X-Wings are there. I don't need the biggest kind of introduction. I don't need full episodes. It just, X-Wings are a big deal in Star Wars. They've always been a big deal in Star Wars, and if you introduce them just like that in Rebels, it's kind of anticlimactic. Now, I do get, in terms of writing, you want to make sure that your episodes are fluent into each other, especially this fourth season. I have been saying it throughout the entire season, I will say it again, the way that episodes have been flowing together and been tied together, and the fact that it's not really that much filler and it's just one continuous story is really good, and I really appreciate that, and this episode is once again like that. I would just have liked something as to a setup to where the X-Wings came from. because it's really the first introduction, and it's something, in my book at least. Now, also something that really impressed me, hand-to-hand combat. Rook, I believe, versus Hera in hand-to-hand combat. That was something, we haven't really seen that in Star Wars. I mean, we've seen them fighting with lightsabers, or they have been fighting with melee, but not like this, not like hand-to-hand actual combat between two non-Force users. Okay, I honestly don't know if the Nori are Force users, because there's something about Ruch that makes me think there is something that like he has some kind of connection to the Force, but it's essentially two people who aren't Jedi, two people who are just good at hand-to-hand combat, and it also shows that Hera is a badass, and I really like the fact that they went toe-to-toe against each other, and there's no real clear-cut victor between the two. Both are really good. That was really cool, and it once again establishes that Ruch is a really cool, awesome character that I want to see more of in this show, and I actually want to figure out who he is, so it actually also makes me want to visit the Thrawn novels that Timothy Zahn wrote, because I've only read Heir to the Empire, which I really enjoyed, and for some fucking reason, after Heir to the Empire, I couldn't make myself get to Dark Force Rising and Last Command because of personal issues, but I do want to visit them. I do want to get my hands on those books and read them, because they seem awesome, and Ruch is once again an example of why those things are awesome. So anyway, that's my tangent on that. I'm almost forgetting an important part. We once again get more Lothwolves. We once again get more of Kanan and the Lothwolves, and the Lothwolves actually protecting Kanan in a way. And the thing is that Kanan actually can't help out Hera, and he has to go somewhere else to save Chopper and the other kid whose character's name I keep forgetting because it's so fucking forgettable and was introduced in Iron Squadron. Honestly, I've seen Rebels recap, and for some reason they're trying to make the Iron Squadron a thing. Don't. Really, stop. Just don't. Just fucking don't. Because the Iron Squadron is terrible. They're terrible characters. They're introduced in one fucking episode. Nobody likes them. Nobody cares about them. Stop making it happen, because it's just not a thing. It never has been a thing. And Rebels and whoever is from Lucasfilm, they're trying to make it happen. They're trying to hype it up. It's probably for kids. I do not fucking care. I do not give a single fucking shit about the Iron Squadron. I do not. So please stop to make happen. Okay, that's my rant on Iron Squadron. Wow, I got really into that. Anyway, that's hopefully someone of Lucasfilm sees this, because otherwise I just seem like a stupid entitled fanboy, which I am. I'll admit that. I still really like this episode, as I said, but yeah, there are a couple of issues. But this really was a good mid-season finale. I'm extremely interested in the rest of the season. I believe there are only 7 episodes left, and we'll get back to it in January, so it's a long wait for a couple of episodes. Whatever. I'm just looking forward to whatever's next, because this is still a really good show, and I think there's a lot of potential for the rest of the season. Yeah, to be good, and I really hope that we get more answers with the Lothwolves. That's an extremely interesting storyline, and there will be a lot of Kanan and Ezra as well, so that's a very good storyline that I'm interested in, and I can't wait to see it. Now the thing is, I usually want to end my review with speculating what is going to happen next. So far I've been doing a terrible job at that this season. Like in season 3 it was easier for me to speculate what's going to happen next, but I honestly do not know right now. I just hope that whenever it comes back in January with the episode called Allegiance, that I will just continue the story that I'm liking so far, and I just want to see more of the Lothwolves, of Ruch, of Hera. I want to see what happens to Hera, of course, because that's a big cliffhanger, like, she's captured by the Empire, come on, what's going to happen? Let's, I can't wait for it. That's all I know right now. Really, that's all I can say about this episode. I wonder, what are your thoughts on it? What are your thoughts on the first half of the season? I really like the first half. I think it's really well written in terms of, like, everything flows into each other. There's not a lot of filler. So far they've been really good. So far season 4 has been really good. And I can't wait to see how the rest of it goes, how it ends. I do want to see it end now. I'm okay with it. I've come to terms with it, and I just want to see how it goes. That's all I can say. Leave your thoughts on this episode in the comments below. And as always, if you've liked this review, you want to see more of my movie, trailer, Star Wars reviews, reactions, whatever, anything that I have on my channel, you can click right here.